Yeah, hi.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
How does what does this award means to you?
It is a recognition, I would say, to our efforts in terms of making India lead in blockchain space globally. And indeed, being a pioneer in enterprise blockchain space, getting recognized as, getting a gold award in the category of decentralization pioneer is something which resonates with our early vision. So that's something which our team deserves for the effort, and I thank all the leadership and the team of blockchain practice of ideas to make this happen. And it's an honor indeed to get this award.
As we know that blockchain or Web3 is kind of a decentralized technology.
Yes.
So what are your take on the security concern that we have with Web3, and how can we tackle this in the upcoming 5 to 10 years?
See, first of all, I think as a technology, blockchain has security or digital trust embedded in it already. But the point is, the way it is being built is where the challenges is. Because now, say for example, the internet which we use today already has HTTPS and protocols which are standardly defined. But Web3, because it is in very nascent stages, there are some standards still evolving, right? Until that evolution, there can be little challenges here and there, but I'm very confident the way protocol layers, the distributed storage, decentralized identity. So at every layer of blockchain tech stack or the Web3 tech stack are evolving, and once everything gets standardized and stabilized, then I think that is what going to happen in next 5 to 10 years.
When we talk about advanced technologies such as Web3, the early age groups, the youngsters are the early adopters of the technology.
Correct.
So what about the later age groups, like older age groups? How can we onboard them, and what is your take on this? Like, are you witnessing, like, what kind of feedback you are witnessing from the later age groups?
I think see, that is a very common trend even in Web 1, Web 2, Web 3, right? The older age groups are definitely little slow in terms of adopting it, and it is the Gen Z which is having a lot of enthusiasm to adopt, and it is very easy for them to onboard. But for the people who are really coming on from older groups, right? Unless until Web3 companies make the user experience of the application similar to what we are accustomed with, like an email ID password, right? Asking them to create a public private key pair, wallet, and all looks very complex. So I think there is a lot of effort happening in that sense, and that is why we see Web 2.5, right? Web 2 to Web 2.5 and then to Web 3. And I think that a lot of efforts are happening to make that happen.
Web3 right now is unregulated, but in India, you also know, I also know that in coming years, government will try to, if it gets boosted and customers try to like shift to Web3, the mass adoption.
Right? Yes.
Then we need regulation. So, what role of the government would you like to see in the coming years?
See, I think coming to government, right? They are also new to this technology, like industry or like the public, right? But what I have observed is there are two sides to blockchain, right? The public blockchain and the permissioned blockchain. Now, if you look at permissioned blockchain, government is very clear. Government themselves are using this permissioned blockchain. Now, if you take RBI coming up with e-rupee, the digital currency project, that is on blockchain, right? And you take TechM, who worked with TRAI, and that is more for telecom sector, and that is being used, right? And even ideas, for example, we are working with oil and gas and energy accounting sector. So on permissioned blockchain space, it is very clear, and government is supporting it, pushing it. And it's only on the public blockchain side, things are not clear yet, because still the space is evolving. And one biggest challenge for governments in regulating blockchain, especially public blockchain, is it doesn't have national boundaries. Blockchain by default is a global peer-to-peer network, right? And it is very tough for government, which is usually having a boundary, to regulate something which is beyond their boundaries. And I think today with G20, right, India is leading the regulatory side of it, bringing deliberations from all the G20 countries, so that it can come up with strong or sensible regulations possible.